Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So I'm out on the Honda Trail 125 with Paul on his Honda Trail 125. Looks about like mine. Same color, is it same year? Mine's a 23, I think.
23, I think.
Yep. We are out on Fort Huachuca Military Base. This is actually called Huachuca Canyon. Checking out some trails. You can lead the way and you can show me where the cemetery is. So he's showing me around on trails that he rode a lot of years ago. This is a nice trail. It gets a little rough up in here, but it's nice. It's rough and rocky anyway. But it's supposed to be 80 degrees today and overcast or cloudy, it said, even though I just seen the sun peeking through right there. So I would rate that as partly cloudy. Lots of pine cones. This is a pretty big canyon up in here on the military base, Fort Huachuca. Which from the house we're not very far at all. I mean, about 13 miles. Probably about 12 miles actually, because we went in a different spot first, but not very far from Sierra Vista, I should say, not my house. But Paul is a subscriber to my YouTube channel. He probably watched my videos and thought, that guy is pretty boring. I need to go ride with him. It does. It really does. People watch my videos, and some of them, especially the hills, and they think, okay, but what's so rough about that? They don't realize, because it just don't look the same. And on the video, it don't look as rough or as steep as it is out here. It's a big difference. Little Trail 125, it's not like smooth riding, but it does a good job. Decent for trail riding like this. The biggest thing against it is monster hill climbs. It's limited. Yeah, it's rough right here. And we're up here in the oaks and pines and sycamores. At least Paul does have a Senna, so we can talk. The Sennas make it nice. Back in the day when I first started, a lot of it, I wasn't making videos, but to talk, I had walkie-talkies with the mic, and I put the mic inside the helmet, and you had to push a button on the handlebar to make it push to talk. Wasn't nearly as nice as the Sennas. Yeah, no doubt. Back when I first started talking was 2 cans with a string. Yeah. Oh, this is nice right here. Going through the pine needles and smooth. And everybody's version of rough is different. So if I tell somebody, they ask me if is it easy or is it, well, that depends on your skill level, you know. Everybody's different. I don't know. One guy I met up on the military base here, not on this trail because this is my first time on this one, but he was walking and I said, how bad is that up ahead? Oh, he said, oh, that ain't nothing. You won't have no problem at all. I got up there and I'm like, yeah, right. Well, he definitely don't know what rough is. Of course, he was on foot. It's a big difference. It's like I couldn't make it on the 300L. I was like, well, his opinion of rough is worse than mine. Or less than mine, I guess. This is a good workout. You need to do this every day and you get good exercise. Get more better than, I know, that's a freaky part when it does that. It's good exercise. The more you do it, the better you get at it too. I've done it, my goodness, I've rode so much since I was about 7, 8 years old. I've never been without a bike since I was 8 years old, something like that, and never been without a off-road bike. So I rode a lot. And there's lots where I've rode every day for a long time. And there's still people that are way better than I am. Right. Different skill set on the street riding. I've rode on the street about as long as I have, probably since I was about 12 or so. I rode street, even though it wasn't legal because I didn't have a license, but I still did it. I was 14 years old. I had a Suzuki GS 550, rode it for years on the street. Never got stopped, never had a problem. I didn't even get big difference. Oh, yeah, I had a Honda 110, and then like you just said, you had a Kawasaki 750 3-cylinder two-stroke. Yep, I had one 3-cylinder two-stroke, and it was a beast. It was the fastest thing on the planet in the day. I had the 400 and the 750. They made a 500 too, I know, in the 3-cylinder two-stroke. Air. Yeah. Yeah. Air-cooled two-stroke. It was a Kawasaki H2 750 triple. I took my 750 motor off and I put it on a 3-wheeler, Yamaha Tri-Z 3-wheeler. I put that 750 2-stroke on there. Making a machine for the sand dunes, and it was good, but it was worthless for anything but the sand dunes because it was just too much. Too heavy for one thing. That motor was heavy. And then too much power for just dirt roads or anything else. So I eventually took it and put it back to the 250 2-stroke that it came with. Look at that squirrel. Yeah, he was. He jumped up on the side of that tree. Yeah, there's little gnats flying around everywhere in my face. I need to put my shield down, I guess. Yeah, that might be better. Oh, we're in trouble now. You guys need one of these. I know. Be a lot better. I think they agreed. Oh, Paul about to kill me today, take me on this extreme stuff. He said it was like paved up through here, but I don't think it's paved. Paved with rocks. Paved with good intentions. We're on freeway now. We're on the interstate now. Goodness. Uh-oh, you spoke too soon. So there's more trails up in here. I'm definitely going to come back and bring the trail 125 and make some more videos because this is a totally different area than I've ever been. Had no clue it was here till Paul showed me. You took the roughest one of all of them. Here, Paul, you go around this way, it's like paved. Yeah, turn. Yeah, go right through there. There you go. Around that rock. Don't let all that torque get you down. Hello. There's another guy with one of them bird watching scopes. I think it's easier to walk up this. No doubt. You picked the wrong line. That does make a big difference, is being able to pick a line through the rough stuff. Oh yeah, super smooth. I don't get that way anymore because I ride so much. I ride with people and most people that I ride with, they get really tired. I'm like, heck, I'm ready to go. What are you talking about? We just started. What are you talking about? Just be. Cross. Different guy. Oh yeah, it's a different guy. Here we are crossing the river. the Huachuca River right here. Well, it's got to be smooth if you look at them cars. If the car's made it this far, it's got to be smooth. I say that, but it's stupid the stuff I've seen people have their cars up in. They just get out and went hiking, left the doors open. Yeah, rental car, as long as you pay for the insurance. So there we go, we made it down all that. That's pretty cool. Some of this will be a little rough in a car. Trying to keep up with Paul, he's a hot rod. He just got them stock tires. I told him if he's going to do much off-roading, he might want to consider some tires, and they're not that expensive for these little bikes. Because those would definitely leave you stranded. They're just made for streets. Yeah. They're good for streets. They do a great job on that. Mm-hmm. These are pretty fun to take off and ride over through Bisbee and Tombstone and over in that area too. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it goes. I see it on here. It goes back into. If I'm not turning the right way, I'm look. Which one? I think that's. Move forward just so I can see where it shows. Okay, yeah, this is it. Right here. So it goes. It goes away. It goes back into. It makes a loop and goes back into the town area over there. Same way if we go here or you go this way, it just shows it makes a loop around. I don't know if it goes up a mountain to get there, but it goes through there somewhere. So guys, I'm gonna get off here in this video here. Thank you all for watching. God bless you all. Click that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon. You'll be notified when I put out a new video. And we'll catch y'all on the next adventure. Right on.